What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. Today, we got Superstar Joe. We got Superstar Roberto in the house. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good, you?
I'm just releasing some rage that I have going into this video. It's the last minute shot. That was like blindside shot. Wasn't looking, But guys, if you are new here, become a superstar. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notifications. It will let you know whenever we post. Today's video is a little bit later. Sometimes we post a little bit earlier, right before dinner, It depends on how we're feeling, what's going on in that day. But if you got that bell on, you're going to know exactly when to post because I'm going to send you a notification. Fantastic to be on the bell notifications. Follow us on Twitter. That's another good way to know whenever we go live or anything that's going on in the VV community. We are on top of it. Trust me, we are in there 24/7. You can slide in the DMs if we follow you back. It's a really good time. Instagram, TikTok, send us pictures, videos. We'll post them there, give you credit. You're going to walk down the street. People are going to recognize your video and say, oh my gosh, I saw you on Superstar Money. Trust me, it's going to happen. You can follow us on the VV app. Fastos is up for 9.9 million, number 6909. A lot of people falling off of that wall, so a lot easier to find us. Superstar Money. That's our logo. That's what it looks like.
Now,
Rob,
one thing
we got a shout out.
Huge shout out. We want to do a superstar shout out today for a long time superstar. It's Bob Sales this time next year. You'll see him sometimes on different live streams chatting. He's always in the comments messaging. I guess he has a YouTube channel, and we watched the video. He did a whole video on our video regarding the VVAMA, the whole conversation about investing versus collecting. Great video, great accent.
Yeah, that was the best part. The accent, guys. He's got that accent from I think he's English, right?
He has that accent. Only 8 subs, so we're gonna give him a huge shout out. Just because he's small doesn't mean that he has good thoughts. So we took that video and he added his opinion to it. Check it out. Give him a sub. And support another superstar.
Smash some stars in the comments on his videos. Let him know that you came from this video. And honestly, let's blow him up. He's got some great thoughts, like Rob said. And he is a solid, nice dude. And he's in the comments on all the creators' videos. You see him there all the time. Look, he's got a drop head right there from My Collectibles. Very, very involved and very, very smart guy. So go check out the videos for him. And let's get him at least 10 more subs on this, okay? Yep. If you guys don't mind, go help out another fellow superstar.
Agreed.
Let's pull it back here, and let's look at some Twitter news. Today, we had the Iron Man drop, which was only a 10K mint drop, so nothing crazy. I didn't get it. I went for it, didn't get it. Yesterday, we went for that Excel sheet that you prepared, and we found out that we should go for it because more than likely, we were going to get this drop to go above retail, which meant that 100% chance of profits if you do land it.
Yeah, it was pretty much a guarantee. Anytime you think like all these 10,000K mints for comics, as of right now, the way the markets is, you might as well go for them because you have pretty good odds of walking away afterwards with more gems than you started. Yeah. So I didn't get it. But if you didn't either, I mean, hopefully some superstars out there were able to get it for sure.
Yeah, and because it wasn't as highly regarded, I guess, VV rank, I think, had it as a C, you said?
Yeah, C, which is rare. You don't usually get C ranks for 10,000 mints, right? So it must have been a really bad comic in the...
So, I just didn't go for it in the secondary market. So today was kind of a dud day, kind of a buzzkill, and I didn't get it on the drop.
No excitement.
If you guys forgot, make sure you go sign up for this giveaway for VV. You can win one of 65 different comics and collectibles. I think it's closing Thursday. Yeah. End of day Thursday. So if you forgot, maybe this is your chance to go do it. Sign up, and there's a bunch of different ways you can get some more entries. Might as well go for it. It might not be a huge shot, but depending who signs up, you might have better odds than you think.
Yeah, who knows?
And we got a new comic coming on Thursday.
Oh, yeah?
It is first appearance of Cable. And I believe a lot of people are really hyped about this. I don't know too much about him, but he looks pretty cool.
It's not out yet. I just checked VV Rank's website. I don't see him there yet, so we'll wait to see if he comes out as a B or a C. I'm assuming that this is just going to be a standard. They don't say any, super limited or anything like that. So it's probably a 30,000 mint comic.
Yeah, I really like actually the ultra rare, and I even like the comment on this one. And the secret, you know what? This one, I like the new Mutants covers. I like the colors that they use.
I've always liked commons on almost all these. Like the commons have always been great looking covers. It's just that they always have the most numbers, and they don't have that same draw when you're a VV person and you want to get the more scarcer comics. But the commons are always looking great. Yeah, and I can see that ultra rare over there. It looks pretty good.
Guys, I've heard murmurings in the community that this is a pretty decent comic. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. If you guys know more, we always learn the most from the comments about the comics. I'm sure you guys will let us know. I know there's El Champ out there who always gives us the input. So anybody else who has any ideas about this comment, let us know and we can talk about it tomorrow.
Yep, sounds good.
So today's video, as you can see in the title, why do we sell at a loss on Veve? Everybody's been grilling us, saying that we're bringing down the market and it's terrible. Why can you do this? How could you do this to me? Unbelievable. Like, we're tanking the market, Rob.
No, yeah, we did have a comment saying, I think it was Dayuzo Kid, Superstar Dayuzo Kid.
He's always in the comments.
He's been around for a long time. Obviously, he has great thoughts. He definitely is the #1 champion that Veve really needs to get their act together when it comes to cash out. But he did say that he believes that when we made a video about the whole gambling aspect of it, right? Like, we're depending on the drops and how many you get, there's certain probabilities, and then people just dump them for a loss, because sometimes depending on when you get, let's say, a secret rare, you sell a bunch of commons at a loss, but then the one that you get that's higher ends up covering all the losses. So you get that plus the ones at the loss. In the end, overall, you end up in a gain. So that people are playing this game right now. This is just what they're doing. It's just
and we've got another comment. So another tweet came through. This was from John Doe. Shout out at Doe_idea. Love the latest video, boys. I'm aligned with your thoughts about going to zero and why, as a long-term holder, you shouldn't be worried. Only question: if it turns out to be true, wouldn't it still be a smart move to see all now, even at a loss, or to sell? I guess you meant sell all, even at a loss, and then buy back at zero or close.
It truly is a great question that, I mean, it's come up before in the comments. And if my response was twofold. Number one is, we don't know when and I'm not saying you shouldn't, I'm just saying these are the reasons why you might not sell, which is next catalyst event that comes, you have an opportunity to make back all your losses. So if you don't sell, you just hold indefinitely, then you're going to assume that a new catalyst event will bring your collectibles back to their all-time highs. Another reason would be MCP. We believe MCP. We made a video on it. You can go to Veve set list. You go to his Learn tab, and you can see videos from us. We believe that MCP will be relevant when it finally does come out, and the MCP Pro program and all that. So we think that if you do sell out right now, you've now basically gave up on any opportunity of having that advantage on the MCP. And we also made a video how MCP is not just the whale game. Okay, we made a video proving that, because we had a comment saying it's a whale game, stay in our lane. Well, I think we proved it's not just a whale game. So those are reasons you might not want to sell. But there are other people who are choosing to speculate. And if they want, they can sell everything on hopes that they can then catch the market at a lower price, which, if you go back to our video on March 19th, and we said all of your Veve collectibles are going to zero. I mean, if someone sold everything that day, they would walk back in, buy back everything, and walk away with a bunch of extra.
You would be laughing right now. But I think the whole debate started because yesterday I talked about how I went for the Thor drop. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. But I got 5 of them. And I ended up pretty much breaking even, maybe even losing a little bit. But it was just something I chose to do because the opportunity lies where I had a chance to make some money. And we did the spreadsheet here, and maybe our predictions are a little bit off. But regardless, the more times you go for it, it seems like when we put the numbers in the spreadsheet, it seems like you had better and better odds to make some money.
It depends. And I have limitations with Excel, but like, I put in today's prices, and this is how it works out. So what you find is you go for it once, you have a 17% chance. You went for it 5 times, you had a 26% chance. It just worked out with the dynamic nature of listed price plus probabilities, that going for it twice with the current prices would have actually been your best bet. I don't know beyond 5. It's very possible that 10 would have been better. I don't know. I haven't had a chance, right?
So there's a lot of reasonings behind it as well. I mean, like Rob said, long term, we believe Veve is going to thrive. We believe that everything will go up. So if people are selling now, you might regret it. It might happen to bite you. If things, like Rob said, if catalysts come that push it over the edge and make things start pumping, you might regret having sold things. So you always have to take that with a grain of salt. For example, I'm going to speculate a little bit. here is Putting Cheeks' Omi burn sheet. And if we look at it, you'll see that we were tracking it. We showed you guys, the last time we showed you guys, we were here at 127, 788, 904.
Oh, let me pull you up here. Hold on.
Sorry. Yeah. So the last time you were, we showed it, it was this 127, 788, 904. The day before the Thor drop. Now look at the next day. We went down 1.2 million gems. That's because we had about 30,000 mints, 30 whatever thousand mints, and a bunch of sales were at after burning a bunch of gems. And the burn rate was just more than the money being put in. So to extent where it was 1.2 million in difference. Now, the next couple of days, we've gone up a little bit. But today, you got to keep in mind, was only a 10K mint drop. Very little mint means less selling, less transaction, less burns. So it kind of helps to keep up with the gem purchases. Not only that, we've had 2 AMAs pretty much. We had the Randy Chavez, David Yu interview, and then we had the AMA with Reese and Alex, where they hinted that more Star Wars is coming this month before the end of May. May is not over yet, whatever they were saying. So you know that if they come out with a Darth Vader or something like that, the squeeze will still happen. People do not have gems to go for it in the secondary market because they might not get it on the drop. If that happens, then we're going to see a little bit more squeeze. There might be another opportunity for me to buy later. So that's another reason why I'm selling. I've also sold, I'm going to tell you guys honestly, I've sold pretty much all my collectibles except for my low digits, because the low digit collectibles that I have not dropped nearly as much as the rest of them. And my comics, which I have for MCP, and honestly, the comics haven't really taken that much of a hit. I have some pretty good comics, and they took a little bit of a hit, but I feel like those would be a little bit harder to get back into at good prices once things turn, just because they haven't been hit too hard. And I think the people holding those are kind of like, it just seems like the people holding the comics are in it for the long run.
They're also good for MCP, especially if you have the rare ones.
That as well. So that's basically where all my MCPs coming from anyways. I kind of sold off sets. My Superman I ended up getting rid of, guys. I know that you guys hated that decision, but I've already made money on it by selling it. So
well, it's all strategy, right? Like the weird thing about this in terms of like, we know why people are doing it. Actually, I want to show one more thing. Funny enough, we did make a video a month ago saying that Veve will become a casino. Now, the point of the video was a little bit more long-term thinking with gamification, but I mean, it's actually become a casino with the drop system right now. And then, of course, you also have, a week before that, the video, all your Veve collectibles are going to zero. So that's what we're trying to say. Like, it all comes down to strategy, right? Like, we knew about the issue with the off-app gem market. We knew that the gems in app were a problem. We chose to hold on for MCP. Joe right now is choosing to sell to try to buy back at lower prices, speculating there'll be more squeeze coming. And this is the thing, like, I've always been in this, like, let's go back to now real investing, and none of this is financial advice. This is my own personal, what I do. I have some investments that are for the long term, and I have some that I follow a quantitative model. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when I run a quantitative model, I am selling stocks at a loss to buy in to whatever's meeting my criteria this month. And then when you consider, all your losses on your gains, typically if you have a good quantitative model, what you find is that as you use the model longer and longer, you end up in gain. So even in the real investing world, you actually have times when you will sell at a loss. And that's not even considering crystallization, where people are doing it for like tax purposes. So in Veve, is it that crazy to think that people are going to speculate and be willing to sell at a loss because they're trying some other scheme? And I think you had a really good example to show regarding in the collectible world, how people are always selling at a loss.
So that's coming up. But like you said there, actually, let's bring that up now. So basically, if any of you guys out there have ever bought a pack of cards, all right, sports cards, Pokemon cards, anything like that, you're chasing hits, okay? And the odds are not always above 50% that you're going to hit that card. So why go out and buy a pack of cards when you might come up with some duds? It's the same. I'm looking at it the same exact way when I go for a drop here on Veve right now.
A blind box.
A blind box. Sorry. If it's the one where I'm picking what I want, more than likely I'm keeping that collectible if it goes up or down. But if I'm picking at a blind box, trying to get my odds, we run the odds on that spreadsheet. I know, okay, maybe I have 25% chance. 1 in 4, I'll take those odds, because the 1 in 4 time that I do hit, I should make out like a bandit. And right now, in this type of marketplace where everything's going down, how else are you making gems? unless you're able to snipe the market and get a low mint and then list it. But nobody's buying, guys. Nobody's buying. That Thor that I won yesterday, low mint, nobody bought it. I still have it. I can't get rid of it. Nobody wants it. Nobody is buying on Veve right now. The other thing is, though, guys, I sold off. I have a stack of gems now. All right. I have a stack of gems. And if things take off from me, so be it. This is not the last grail that we're going to see on the app. We're going to see more grails come to Veve. And at that point, I'll have gems to get into that grail. And maybe I'll ride that grail up to catch up and then jump onto some other grails. You never know, right? You don't know what's going to be the next grail. There could be a grail that comes where this gives you the most utility. And then people will be all over that. And they'll say, that's what I want. The Disney castle, what if that comes? And if you have the Disney castle, you can do whatever. You can go to Disney for a week with a hotel or whatever paid for. You don't know, right? I don't think that will ever happen. Disney never gives away things for free, but you know what I'm getting at.
Or maybe it'll be an exact replica of the inside. You never, like, that's how far they can
But
take
you know what
things.
I'm saying? Maybe the quality is just going to get that much better. Exactly. Maybe in the future, quality is going to be.
Like, can you imagine the haunted mansion with, like, you can actually somehow in the showroom go in the rooms and see an exact replica of the haunted mansion? That's how far they might take these future collectibles.
I'm not worried.
People have a short-term memory.
I'm not worried to have gems because I think as long as prices of the drops remains kind of similar, I always am going to have some odds to get into something that might become the next grail. So guys, I'm not worried about it. And you shouldn't be telling me how to spend my gems because I know what I'm doing with my gems.
Here's another thing too. It's like, if you look at the app right now, the long-term holding strategy is fine for the people who are okay with that. But there's other strategies as well. I'm more of a long-term holder, which is the reason why I've kind of just stopped buying for like the last 2 months. I haven't been buying. I remember we were doing videos. No, I didn't go for that drop.
Yeah.
No, I didn't buy the Disney villains. I'm going to wait till May until things go lower. Right. So I'm more in that category where I like to look, I just hold and I don't really worry about it too much. And I have some gems on the side if I want to play this gambling game, if I feel like it. But to be honest with you, if I reflect on my own strategies outside of Veve, I'm typically a momentum investor. I like to buy things on the uptrend and not necessarily catch the bottom anyways. So every once in a while, it's funny. I see the market do a little bit of a pump, and all of a sudden people are like, oh, market's pumping. But that's not a trend. Like a 1 or 2 day pump is not a trend. We are definitely in a bear trend right now where the long term has only dropped. So how else can you make money? That's why people are so attracted right now to this flipping idea, because it's the only way for them, maybe if they get enough of them, to then basically use the bot strategy to flip and actually make some gems.
Exactly. So here you can see it. Here's the putting cheeks chart. We saw it kind of curling up a little bit and it came right back down. The trend is not there, my friends. You're not seeing this increase like we see over here between November to January. You just don't see it. It's not happening. And for that reason, I have no reason to believe that it will happen until something spectacular comes out where it brings more people into the app, spend more real gems. The web app, great start. You're going to allow more money to be bought at a time. A lot of people are getting it. Maybe like 50% of the people I know now have it.
That will help. That will help.
That will help. MTL is going to help you because then people want to sell at regular rates and not at off-app rates because now they have the option. They didn't have that option before. The only way to get it out was to sell it off-app, and people are only buying off-app at severe discounts. So MTL, whenever that comes, hashtag soon, that will be huge. But like I said earlier, if you're going to go to the store and you're going to buy a Pokemon pack, don't come at me for going after blind boxes and selling it below retail. Because here's the example. This is, somebody did this for Brilliant Stars Pokemon. Rare Rainbow, which looks like was the rarest, was a 1.29% chance of getting it. Secret Rare Hollow, 1.5. So basically the major rare ones, like you're in the 1%. Then you have like a Rare Ultra, 5%. Rare Hollow, 15%. Rare Hollow, 25%. And then you have a 51% chance of getting nothing. More than 50% chance you're going to get nothing. So why go buy it? Why go buy it? You're going to throw it in the garbage, or you're going to go frame your Caterpie, or you're going to frame your Metapod? What are you going to do? Let me know what you would do. Why do you go for Pokemon cards if you're not guaranteed to make money?
It's such a great point, because you can hold them, and you already know that if you hold your Caterpie, you will never actually make it at this point. And who knows, you might have to wait like 50 years. Maybe if you keep it in perfect condition, someone might look back and want it. But it's a really great point, right? It the same thing that's happening in the physical world with collectibles is now happening on Veve, where you open a pack, which is a blind box, and not everything that you get is going to be worth anything. Obviously, when you open a pack of cards, you're getting 20 cards. You can look at the 20 cards, and one of them hopefully is going to be great. In this case, you're just rolling a dice of 5. It's a weighted dice. Some are worth, you have more likely to get the common than the secret rare. And it's the same concept. If you get something that you don't like, then you end up selling it for a loss and you try again later. Now, based on the odds, if you keep doing this, you will probably run out of gems eventually. But some people just do it for the thrill. Some people just do it for the collection. And others might be using the bot strategy where they have an idea that, you know what, I'm only going to go for the draw, so I have a 50% chance, a 51% chance. And then if it's like a Thor where they're actually able just to buy up as many as they want, then they skew the odds back in their favor where they are almost guaranteed to make money in the long run. So if I only go for Thor drops and I only go for the number of hits, assuming I have as many hits as I want, that will get me over 50% every time.
Yeah.
Then statistically, if I keep doing that, I should come out on top. So there's all sorts of different strategies that you have to just find the right one for you. But this is a reason why I think that explains in full why people are selling at a loss. And then on top of that, you got the off-app gem market where they're buying at 0.3. So who cares if they sell at a loss? They literally paid. If people will say, well, a gem loss, fine. But when they finally cash out, they didn't actually lose money.
Yeah, it's true. If you sell at 50% and you bought them at 0.3 or 0.4, whatever it is, you still made money. But not even looking at it like that, you can't tell me that you can guarantee that a comic drop common is going to go for more than $1 in 10 years. You can't guarantee it to me. There's some comics on this app that are not going to go for a lot of money. So why do I have to hold on to them forever so that your comic can go up in value? It's not going to happen. I'm going to do what I want with my gems. Just like I'm not going to tell Veve how to run their app. I'm going to tell them what I think of it, but I'm not going to tell them what to do. Same thing. You guys shouldn't be telling me how to spend my gems and what to do with them, because I like to have fun. I like to go for it. Just like your friend down the street likes to go to the convenience store, buy a lottery ticket and go for the lottery, or he likes to buy gamble on the sports game that's going on and lose juice off the hop. If you go to Vegas and you make a bet, you're automatically losing because the house takes some of that money unless you win. And even if you win, you're not getting the same as if you lost. You know what I'm saying?
Right now, I'm a blackjack fan. Yeah. And I know playing at that table that my odds in the long run are 48% if I play
if you
properly.
Play perfect. If you play perfect.
If I play properly. And you know what that means. That means the longer I play, the more inevitable it is I'm going to lose unless I'm counting cards. But I'm not that smart. So that means I'm guaranteed going to lose in the long run. So usually I play for a little bit, have some fun.
Why are you playing?
Just for fun, have a little bit of fun with it. I play maybe, 10, 20 hands and I walk away. And I can see why people are attracted to that same concept with the blind box with Veve. Yes. So
if everything was going up in Veve, you guys wouldn't be saying that. Right now, it's the fun part of Veve. It's the fun part of Veve is going for the drops and trying to hit a secret rare or ultra rare. That's the fun part.
I think it's possible that we will return. Like the NFT space is so new that I think it's possible that there will be a time again where we might see drops going over listed. I think it's possible. But we're not there. We've been tracking the Google Trends. We know that the hype's not there. We know that Veve doesn't want to market because they're not ready. They have all these things they still need to bring in. The off-app gem market's still there. There's a lot of things still to come, at least in the next couple of months. So if you're going to sell out right now, like you decide to sell out, and yes, you understand that you have a problem. You're a degenerate gambler, okay? You're a degenerate gambler, and you love it, and you love being. And I love it.
I'm not changing it, and I'm going to do it again and again and again.
You have a problem.
But it's all good. It's all good.
I, as your friend, will not stop you. I will let you have that problem for as long as you want to have that problem. Until it goes to zero.
And I'm not the only one who's going to do it. And there's going to be lots of people doing it. So if you don't like it, you got to get used to it. Because if I stop doing it, you're still going to have 30 Tonys and Jeffs going to the store, buying that ticket and trying to win the lotto. So relax, calm down. You're not going to stop it. It's going to happen. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine because like I said, there's going to be comics in this app that don't go over retail. This is going to happen.
I actually have one more comment though. Like let's just assume like people just refuse to sell. Like the concept is that the supply will go down so low that the prices will then go up. But the moment they start going up, people will list.
Yeah.
And then there's not enough gems in app for everybody to sell at that higher price. So they will continuously undercut and will just result in the exact same situation as we are in right now. It's a market. This is how
you need
markets
more
work.
gems in app. More gems need to come in the app to spend. Once you have more gems, then you'll be able to cover those. But yeah, guys, that's the rant.
Okay, let us know below what you guys think about this video. A little bit of a longer one today, but I think that we address something that's currently happening in the market right now. We see a lot of questions in our comments, always asking about, you know, what's going on with collectibles. What do you do on drops? We think that we would have addressed a lot of those comments, and shout out superstar John Doe, who asked that initial question, if you should sell out. Great question. Shout out Bob Sales this time next year. Check out his YouTube channel. We love the Superstar fam. And guess what? If you're not already, become a Superstar. Join the Superstar fam. Smash that subscribe button. We want to hear from you because we love interacting with the community and creating these ideas and having these discussions. It's a ton of fun, and we want to hear from you, and we respond to every comment. I'm a little bit behind on some of them right now, but I'll catch up. And we will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
I love you, Diaz, kid.
Bye-bye.